Hi BookTube, it's Peg back at the history shelf. It's Friday evening and trying to upload a video right now for you guys. In the meantime, I thought I would do a book tag. And if you'll notice from my thumbnail, no, it's not clickbait. Well, yes it is, because I've been told that that is the most you will ever see of Martine. So you just have to take what you can get, you know. It's in the thumbnail. It's there forever. But I thought I'd throw that in there for you guys, people that know me and, you know, love Martine. So there you have it. And really tickled I got that much in there. So anyway, I am doing the Recluse Book Tag that Matthew at Mayberry Book Club was kind enough to tag me on. It's a fun little tag. There's only 4 questions. I thought that's a pretty easy lift on a Friday night as dinner is cooking and, you know, about to unwind, eat, you know, catch a little TV maybe, a little reading, and, you know, napping on the couch. That's the highlight of this life right here on a Friday night. I call it good. I call it the good life. All right, so let's look at these questions on the Recluse Book Tag. Question 1, what do you look for in the ultimate bookstore in under an hour? So obviously, ideally, you'd have as much time as you would need in a bookstore, in an ultimate bookstore. I know when I went to Portland, and that is where Martine is originally from. Well, Dublin, Ireland is actually, but went to the famous Powell's bookstore. If anyone goes to Portland, obviously you know to go there. That was one amazing bookstore, and we didn't have a lot of time actually. So, you know, I have experience at this. I looked for, I immediately went for like history and nonfiction. I mean, big surprise, it's the history shelf. And I actually found a couple of really nice books. I found I found an edition of Will and Ariel Durant's A Story of Civilization. I think it was the Age of Christ or something. It was that one, and it was a nicely bound hardcover without the dust jacket, but it was very nicely. It was like, oh, this is perfect. This is perfect for my library. So we were browsing, and I was looking. I mean, that place was amazing. I could have stayed hours there, but we had other things going on. So, but that was something. Now in Denver, what we're known for is the Tattered Cover Bookshop, and or the Tattered Cover Bookstore. I should have that last word. I should know that, but it's the tattered. Everyone here calls it the Tattered Cover. So there's in a few locations, but the one downtown opposite of Union Station, the train station there, is really my favorite. It has it's just set right down in the guts of the city, and it used to have 3 floors. Wow, with this big wide carpeted old oak stairway that took you up to 3 floors, and I would always go to the history and nonfiction, and then I'd browse the bargain books, and oh, I loved it. But you know, space became such an issue in Denver with the boom, because so many people were moving to Colorado that I guess Tattered Cover just had to lease out the other 2 floors. So right now it's just 1 floor. The last time we were there, I didn't know that they had done that. So I was looking for the stairwell to take me up to the 2nd floor. I'm like, wait a minute, something's missing here. What is going on? And then I asked the lady, I'm like, what happened? Where can I get to the 2nd floor? And she looked at me like I just had, you know, brain damage. She goes, we haven't had the upper floors for a couple of years now. It's like, oh wow, it's been a while since I've been here. But anyway, sorry, that was a long rambling story, but you get me talking about bookstores, and that's what happens. So question 2, who is your favorite reclusive character or novel with a reclusive, antisocial, or loner character? A novel with an isolated or claustrophobic setting. And I just realized my microphone is very far away. This is always happening to me. I hope you could hear me. Okay, so the sound is better, I hope. Gosh, I always do this. I always do this, you guys. All right.
Boomer will be providing interpretive dance for the first 4 minutes.
Yes. Boomer will be providing the interpretive dance for the first portion where you didn't hear me. Oh, you guys, if there's any issue that you couldn't hear the first part, let me know. I'd be happy to reload this, or I don't know. We're going to continue. Question 2 was, who's your favorite reclusive character? I would have to say, because I loved these books when I was a little girl, well, these type of books, and I loved Robinson Crusoe. So Robinson Crusoe is my favorite reclusive character. Obviously not by choice, he's shipwrecked, you know. I was always just fascinated about stories where people are, if they're set adrift or they're alone in the wilderness. And maybe that's why I watch some shows where people are out in the wilderness alone. I'm fascinated by that, wondering if I could do that, you know, if I could survive. And Robinson Crusoe just epitomizes that. And it's such a wonderfully told story. It really actually makes me want to reread the book again. It's been years and years, but love Robinson Crusoe. To a lesser extent, but also a book I enjoyed when I was a little girl, was The Swiss Family Robinson. Wow, I really love those books. Just, you know, like a family, they were also on an island, and they had to build, you know, homes, and they had these neat little tree houses, and the kids were just having fun, and I just thought it was a blast to be shipwrecked on an island, you know, with the Swiss Family Robinson. They knew what they were doing. So, yeah, Robinson Crusoe, those type of books. Claustrophobic setting, obviously, I think an island is very claustrophobic. I mean, I think you can feel claustrophobic in a very weird, inverted way in a boat in the middle of the ocean. I know that sounds like that makes no sense, but if you think about it, there's so much space that I think it actually feels like it's choking you. I don't know, that's just me. Just me. So, question 3. With a week off with no obligations, what books would you like to read? Well, just about everything on my list. Just take a look. Everything behind me. History. Some of my political philosophy books. Books where I could just take a long time thinking. You know, I'm not trying to read to a deadline. You know, I'm not trying to read because I've got to get this submitted then, or talk about this then. I can just take my time and just enjoy. And that's what I need to get back to in my reading, is to make sure that I'm doing the reading for the right reasons. And so far I am. I love it so much. I take on so much. But I do need to take that time to read what I have. And that is a goal of mine this year and next year and the year after that, is to really make a dent in the books that I have. So more to come on that. And final question. So the question before that was, you know, if you were a week off, what books would you like to read? And so question 4 is, what books would you actually be reading? So I think what they're saying here is, yeah, I could sit here and say I'm going to read Alexis de Tocqueville's Democracy in America, my 2-volume Liberty Fund books. And that video is coming this weekend. But would I actually be reading Brad Thor? That's a shout out to Martine. She thinks I have a man crush on Brad Thor.
You do.
She's convinced that it. Hey, he's an attractive man. I mean,
this
it doesn't.
This is what I'm saying.
If you look at a Brad Thor paperback, just flip it on the back. Am I wrong? He's an attractive man.
Oh, stop the video.
Oh, come on. Anyway, you know, I'll read a Brad Thor thriller. I'm not above that. Shoot, you know, I read.
Watch his 3-hour interview.
I watched his 3-hour interview on Book TV on In Depth. Yes, I did. I recorded it too.
Yeah.
I did the same with Jeff Shara, who is Michael Shara's son, and he writes all these wonderful historical fiction books. I recorded that on In Depth, and I enjoyed Jeff Shara's books. And Jeff Shara has a new book coming out, which will be a beginning of a 2-part or a trilogy of. Well, this one's on the Pearl Harbor. His most recent book, The Frozen Hours, on the Korean War, I highly recommend it. Anyway, so what books would I actually be reading? I would make an attempt to read the books that I say that I would like to read. I would definitely get those in, but I would also have some lighter reading to cleanse the palate. Heck yes, I'll have some thrillers. I'll have some spy novels, maybe. murder mystery, little Inspector Lindley stuff. You gotta have some fun. You gotta mix the heavy and the deep with the light and fun. Or otherwise you'll just burn yourself out. You know. All right. On that note, I guess people learned something about me they probably didn't want to know.
Brad, I love you.
Brad,
Call me.
no. It's not that serious. He's just an attractive man.
He's a daytime crush.
He's a daytime. She's cracking me up with this, you guys. Let me know if anyone just back me up on this. Okay? Not a big deal. We can all appreciate an attractive person's face. Whatever. I'm going to stop right now.
Call me.
So I'm going to stop. Okay, guys, so that's an 11-minute Recluse Book Tag. Thank you, Matthew, for tagging me. Who shall I tag? You know what? I'm gonna challenge John David. John David, this is your challenge.
Yeah.
I would love for you to. Yeah, see, Martine wants you to do it one too.
Do it.
I know you do your weekly Tuesday book reviews, but do you want to do a tag? Come on,
And you can't swear.
Oh, well, I'm not gonna tell him. He gets free speech.
Swear away.
Swear away. So John David, at your channel, I will link your channel below for anyone else. I highly recommend you check out John David's channel. He has great book reviews. His most recent one was on the Prime of Miss Jean Brodie, which I did not know was so interesting. And I thought it was like just the name of the book. I was like, oh, it sounds like a lightweight romance novel. No, it's really heavy.
Mm-hmm.
It's about like fascism and stuff.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
And I love that. Well, I don't love fascism. Much to the contradiction of what, not to the contradiction, much to the, John thought I was, he's like, well, you love it, you're a fascist. I was like, what? He was kidding.
Can't wait for the video, John.
He's very funny, but he's really astute, and he's got really great, insightful book reviews. John, please do this Recluse Book Tag. It's only 4 questions. I know you can do it. I'm trying to think of anyone else who's done it. I know Matthew tagged a bunch of people who I would have tagged, so...
Is Jason back?
Jason is not back yet.
Jason, come back.
Yeah, Jason Harrigan, Byways in Bookland. I just want to say we miss you, and we hope you're having a lovely time. Yeah, be safe and be well. Anyway, okay, and now I'm going to wrap it up, you guys. I'm sorry, it was kind of a personal dialogue going on there, but... have a great night. I will have some videos coming this weekend. I have another book haul part 2. And I want to show off the Liberty Fun books. I know that many of you, well, a couple of you out there in particular, are really going to like it, and I've been waiting for this. So, having said that, have a great Friday night, you guys, and we will talk to you soon. Brad, where's Brad? Brad, I have an email address below if you just want to,
Oh my God.
I'm kidding.
Cut.
Bye, BookTube.